So disproportionate reaction are those in which the same substance undergoes oxidation as well as reduction. Oxidation number of element increases as well as decreases to form two different products. Okay, what is disproportionate reaction? Disproportionate reaction are those reaction in which the same substance undergo oxidation as well as reduction of an element. ठीक है, oxidation number of an element increases as well as decreases to form two different products. Cr2 Cr plus 2 is a strongly reducing agent while magnesium 3 is a strongly oxidizing because electron standard value जो होता for Cr plus 3 is negative and for magnesium it's positive. Hence Cr plus 2 ion can easily undergo oxidation to give Cr plus 3 ion, इसलिए वो strong होता है. ठीक है. Element of first transition series possesses different properties from those of heavier transition element. Heavier transition element belong to 4D, 5D and 6D and different from 3D. The atomic radii of the element belong to 5D and 4D are more due to electron shell because of a strong interatomic bonding. Boiling point and melting point of those of 4D and 5D are greater. ठीक है. Ionization enthalpies of 4D and 5D is less than those of 3D. Heavier transition elements belong to 4D, 5D and 6D and different from 3D. The atomic radii of the element belonging to 5D and 4D are more due to the electron shell because of a strong interatomic bonding. Boiling point and melting point of those 4D and 5D are greater. Ionization enthalpies of 4D and 5D is less than those of 3D. प्रोमीटियम का होता है 61. ठीक है. जेनॉन 4f2 5d. देखो एक्टिनाइड में क्या बोले कि 5f ऑर्बिटल आर प्रोग्रेसिवली फिल्ड. ठीक है. उसमें 4f होता है. इसमें होता है ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट 3 4 6 7 और 3 4 मोस्ट कॉमन है और इसमें 3 होता है लेकिन कभी कभी 2 और 4 शो कर देता है. ठीक है. ठीक है. तो a transition metal exhibit highest oxidation state in oxide and fluoride because oxygen and fluorine are highly electronegative, small in size and strong as oxidizing agent. A transitional metal exhibit highest oxidation number in oxide and fluoride because oxygen and fluorine have they're highly electronegative है, फिर छोटा साइज है उसका, फिर oxidizing agent है strong. Oxygen ion of metal have highest oxidation state due to combination of the metal with oxygen which is highly electronegative. Oxygen ion of metal have highest oxidation state due to the combination of the metal with oxygen which is highly electronegative. What are disproportionate reaction? Disproportionate reaction are those in which the same substance undergo oxidation as well as reduction. Oxidation number of element increases as well as decreases to form. देखिए Cu2 प्लस है, Cu प्लस है, उसको करोगी ऑक्सीडाइज तो वो Cu2 प्लस बनाएगा और Cu बनाएगा. अगर MnO4 2 माइनस करोगे तो MnO2 बनाएगा, MnO2 बनाएगा, MnO4 माइनस बनाएगा और H2 बनाएगा. Cr2 is strongly क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रो वैल्यू Cr3 to Cr2 ज़्यादा है, नेगेटिव है और मैग्नीशियम का पॉजिटिव, इसलिए ये Cr2 जल्दी ऑक्सीडेशन करने और वो नहीं कर पाता है. Cobalt 2 is stable in aqueous solution but in presence of complexing reagent it is easily oxidized because cobalt plus 3 oxidation state has greater tendency to form coordinate complexes than CO2. D1 configuration is very unstable in ion because ions with DX configuration have the tendency to lose the only electron present in D ship shell to acquire stable D0 electronic configuration. A transition metal exhibit highest oxidation state in oxides and fluoride because oxygen and fluorine are highly electronegative elements. Small in size and strongest oxidizing agent, oxone ion of metals have highest oxidation state due to the combination of the metal with oxygen which is highly electronegativity. Disproportionate reaction are those in which the same substance undergoes oxidation as well as reduction. Oxidation number of an element increases as well as decreases to form two different products. Cobalt plus 2 oxidation state is stable in aqueous but not because C cobalt plus 3 has more greater tendency to form coordinate complexes than Cu plus 2. D1 configuration is very unstable in iron because ions with DX configuration have the tendency to lose the only electron present in D subshell to acquire stability. In general, stability of plus 2 oxidation state in first transition series decrease from left to right due to the increase in the sum of first and second ionization energy. However, Mn plus 2 is more stable due to the half filled and Zn2 is more stable due to the completely filled. In generally, stability of plus 2 oxidation state in first transition series decreases from left to right due to the increase in the sum of the first and second ionization energy. Fe plus 3 और Cu plus colorless होता है because only those ions will be colored in aqueous solution which have completely filled the orbitals. Interstitial compound are those compounds in which small atoms occupy the interstitial sites in the crystal lattice structure. They are well known for transition element because a small atom can easily occupy the position in voids. Interstitial compounds are those compounds in which a small element like HCN occupy the interstitial size in the crystal. They are well known for transition element because they have a small size. Transition metal and many of their compounds show paramagnetic because they have unpaired electron and each unpaired electron has magnetic moment associated with angular spin moment or angular moment. The enthalpies of atomization of transition metal high होता है due to the presence of large number of transition elements generally form colored compound. Why? Because they are partially absorb they partially absorb the light visible light and jumps into the next orbitals. Why transition metals are good? Catalytic property. The ability of transition ion to pass easily from one oxidation state to another, thus providing a new path to reaction with lower activation energy. The surface act as a very good absorbent, thus provide increased concentration of reactant on the surface. Okay. The enthalpies of atomization of transition elements are high. Why? Due to the presence of large number of unpaired electrons in their atom, they also have strong interatomic interaction. Transition metals generally form colored compound because they are partially absorb the visible light and jump into the next orbitals. Transition metals are good catalysts because the ability of transition metal ion to pass easily from one oxidation state to another, thus provide a new path for reactant with lower activation energy. What is Lentner's contraction? Okay. In lanthanol, the electrons are getting filled in the 4f subshells. On moving from left to right, the nuclear charge increase and thus increase is expected to be compensated by the increase in the magnitude of shielding effect of 4f electron. However, the f electron are poor in shielding effect. Okay. In lanthanoids, the electrons are getting filled in 4f and moving from left to right. The nuclear charge increases and this increase is expected to be compensated. लेकिन strong नहीं होता है shielding effect. तो एटॉमिक आयनिक रेडियाई डिक्रीज करने लगता है. दिस इज कॉल्ड लैंथनॉइड्स कंट्रैक्शन. Okay, I understand. Variation in physical properties, variation in standard reduction potential. All the lanthanoids have quite similar difficult to separate करने में. Variation in basic strength of hydroxides. Silver metal of first transition element possess different properties from those of heavy transition elements. Heavy transition elements belong to 4D, 5D and 6D and different from 3D. The atomic radii of the element belong to the 5D and 4D are more due to the electron subshell. Because of strong interatomic bonding, boiling point and melting point of those of 4D and 5D are greater. Ionization enthalpies of 4D and 5D is less than those of 3D. Elements of an atom is completely filled the orbitals in this ground state, but it can also exhibit plus 2 oxidation electronic configuration क्या होता है 4s0 3d9 which is partially filled. ठीक है Cr plus 3 कितना होगा Cr plus 3 है क्रोमियम का होता है 24 4 minus 3 तो 21 यानी कि 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 3d3 pm का होता है 61 61 minus 58 cu का होगा cu की चीज़ करके जाना c कॉपर प्लस कॉपर प्लस कॉपर प्लस यानी कि z होगा 29 minus 1 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 3d10 ठीक है इसको मैं ऐसे ले सकते हैं कि आर्गन का 3d10 ठीक है Mn2+ का जो ये होता है एटॉमिक नंबर वो 23 होता है और Fe का 24 होता है और Mn में जो अनपेयर्ड होता है वो 5 होता है और Fe में 6 होता है तो Mn मोर स्टेबल है ड्यू टू द हाफ पेयर ऑर्बिटल्स और Fe2 इज कंपैरेटिवली लेस स्टेबल Fe का उतना 26 - 2 कर लेना ठीक है और Mn का 25 when d orbitals are half filled completely filled in oxidation is stable ठीक है जैसे कि कॉपर का अगर देखोगे तो कॉपर का 29 होता है तो कॉपर का 29 स्टेबल नहीं है लेकिन कॉपर का 28 स्टेबल है वैनेडियम 3d3 4s2 का वैनेडियम करता है 2 3 4 5 क्रोमियम करेगा 3 4 6 कोबाल्ट करेगा 3 2 और 3d पर एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है Silver atom has completely filled the orbitals for the 10 in its ground state, but it can also exhibit +2 oxidation electronic configuration. पता है जी +2 का होता है कितना 4s0 3d9 which is partially filled. Silver atom has completely filled the orbitals in its ground state, but it can also exhibit +2 oxidation electronic configuration of Ag +2 is 4s0 3d9 which is partially filled. ठीक है Name the axometal anion of first transition metals in which the metal exhibit हाँ तो MnO4 का जो ग्रुप नेम है और ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर 7 है Cr2O7 O7 2 माइनस और Cr4 2 माइनस दोनों का ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट 6 और ग्रुप नंबर भी 6 है silver atom has completely filled the orbitals in its ground state but it can also exhibit +2 oxidation इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिग्रेशन हमको पता है Ag +2 का कितना होता है 4s0 3d9 जो कि पार्शली फिल होता है ठीक है और ऑक्सीमेटल बताना है जिसका ग्रुप नंबर और ऑक्सीजन नंबर सेम है तो MnO4 ठीक है और Cr2O7 2 माइनस और Cr O4 2 माइनस Cr2O7 2 माइनस और Cr O4 2 माइनस मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट होता है N+2 KMnO4 +2 है यानी कि 1 अनपेयर होगा उसका ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर 2 है और मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट 5.83 है यानी कि 4 होगा ये अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन ठीक है element of first transition series composes different property from those of why element of first transition series have different have different property from those of heavy transition element. Heavy transition elements belong to the 4D, 5D and 6D and different from 3D. क्यों है? क्योंकि atomic radii of the element belonging to 4D, 5D are more due to the electron shells. Because of strong interatomic bonding, BP and MP of those 4D and 5D are greater. Ionization enthalpies of 4D and 5D is less than those of 3D. Why element of first transition series possess different properties from the heavier transition elements. जो heavier होगा वो 4D, 5D, 6D है और 3D से डिफरेंट क्यों हो पूछा एटॉमिक रेडाई के बारे में कि 4D 5D का बहुत ज़्यादा होता है क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रॉनिक शेल की वजह से मेल्टिंग पॉइंट और बॉइलिंग पॉइंट ज़्यादा होता है आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी भी ज़्यादा होता है प्रोमेथियम PM होता है जिसका 61 है प्रोटैक्टिनम PZ होता है 21 मेंडेलियम का 101 मीटेनियम का 109 ठीक है What is the difference between actinoids and lanthanoids? 5f orbitals ये forward orbital ये 3 4 5 6 7 करता है और 3 4 मोस्ट कॉमन ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट में इसका 3 है बट कभी कभी 2 और 4 भी शो कर देता है लैंथेनाइड्स में ये मोर रिएक्टिव ड्यू टू बिगर एटॉमिक साइज एंड लोअर आयनाइजेशन एंथैल्पी और ये लेस रिएक्टिव है Element of first transition series composes different property from those of heavier transition element because heavier transition elements belongs to 4D, 5D and 6D and different from 3D. The atomic radii of the element belonging to 5D are more due to electron shell with a strong interatomic bonding BP and MP of those of 4D and 5D are greater. प्रोथीनियम का देखो मेंडेलियन का 109 है मीट्रेनियम का क्या है मेट्रियम का 100 मेंडेलियम 101 प्रोटैक्टिनियम का 91 और प्रोमेथियम का 61 अब प्रोमेथियम जो है वो ज़ीनॉन की तरह दिखाता है प्रोटैक्टियम रेडॉन की तरह दिखाता है बाकी सब रेडॉन है अब देखो 5f2 61 7s2 हुंड्स रूल से Z28 होता है CE का Z58 होता है तो जेनॉन 4f1 5d1 6s2 होगा लेकिन अगर हम CE प्लस 3 करेंगे तो वो जेनॉन 4f1 होगा While lanthanoid shows limited number of oxidation state, lanthanoid show limited number of oxidation 2, 3, 4. This is because of large energy gap between 4f, 5f, 5d and 6s shell. The dominant oxidation of actinoids is +3, but they also show different. This is because of a small energy gap. The F-block element it means the last electron enter F shell are called inner transition. This include lanthanoids and actinoids. The F-block element in which the last electron enters into F subshell are called inner transition metal. ठीक है लास्ट ठीक है लैंथेनॉइड्स एक्टिनॉइड्स लैंथेनॉइड 58 to 71 है और एक्टिनॉइड्स 90 to 103 है NRI is homogeneous mixture of two or more metal or non-metal. The lowest oxide of transition metal is basic. The highest is amphoteric acidic because the metal atom has low oxidation state whereas the high one are acidic due to the high oxidation state जैसे कि amino is basic and amino 2,7 is acidic. The element of first transition series composes different properties from those of heavy transition element. Heavy transition element belongs to 4D, 5D and 6D and different from 3D. Element of first transition series possess different properties from those of Hayward transition element. The Hayward transition element belong to 4D, 5D, and 6D and different from 3D. The atomic radii of the elements belonging to FD and 4D are more due to electron shells because of strong interatomic bonding. Boiling point and melting point of those of 4D and 5D are greater होता है. Ionization enthalpies of 4D and 5D is less than those of 3D. I think Lanthanide show a limited number of oxidation state 2, 3, 4. This is because of large energy gap between 4F, 5F, 6D. The dominant oxidation state of actinoids is 3, but they also show because of the small energy gap between them. ठीक है. एनालाइज होमोजेनस मिक्सचर ऑफ टू और मोर मेटल और नॉन मेटल. मिश मेटल में अलॉय आता है, सीरियम आता है, लेंथनम आता है, आयरन आता है, ट्रेसेस ऑफ कार्बन आता है, सल्फर होता है, एल्यूमिनियम होता है, एक्सेट्रा. द लोवेस्ट ऑक्साइड ऑफ ट्रांजिशन मेटल इज बेसिक and the highest is amphoteric or acidic because the metal atom has low oxidation state where the higher ones are acidic due to high ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट. एमएनओ के पास लो बेसिक है, लो ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट है, इसलिए वो बेसिक और Mn27 एसिडिक है. ठीक है. और ट्रांजिशन मेटल